Alright, well, hello everyone. My name is Kameha, and today we are going to be playing a little bit of The Legend of Zelda the Minishcap. Now, I remember playing this game when it first came out, and I was very excited when this game first was announced. For two reasons, but I'll tell you later. Alright, so, hey, Link, Princess Zelda is here. She'd like to know if you'd join her at the festival. Yeah, Link, come on, let's go check out the festival together. Master Smith already gave me permission to take you. Yes, after all, the festival only comes once a year. Go on, have fun. And while you're there, you can do me a favor. I just finished making the sword for the minister at Hyrule Castle. I'd like you to deliver it to him. You accepted the smith's sword. Make sure you don't lose this extremely important delivery. This is the blade that will be presented to the winner of the competition. Don't lose it, and while the two of you may be childhood friends, remember, Zelda is the princess of Hyrule. You watch over her. Don't let anything bad happen to her. Master Smith, quit worrying. We'll be perfectly safe. Come on, Link. Let's go check out the festival. And well, this is actually another 2D not side scroller, but 2D platformer of a Zelda game that I actually like. But one of the reasons why I like The Legend of Zelda the Minishcap. Oh hey, DJ, what's up, man? I'm just playing a little bit of The Legend of Zelda the Minishcap. I'm really excited to play this game. Alright, Link, over here. Cool. So, one of the reasons why I like The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap is because I was, growing up, was a big fan of The Littles. It was a kind of a small, like, second graders or whatever book that I used to read and all that. And I have, like, still my little bit collection and all that and stuff. But when Minish Cap came out in like 2005 and all that, I was a huge fan. And I mean, putting those two things together and all that and exploring it felt like a game that even though you beat, you never really fully felt like you finished it all. Like there was some spot or something that you didn't get. And I just want to see if, well, how far we can play this game. And if people like it, then maybe we'll stream more of it. Anyway, Link, hurry up. Alright, so, over here, come on, hurry up. Nice. So we're just, oops. So we're just going to follow her a little bit. Well, here we are, the town of Hyrule. Alright, nice. Here we are, Link. Doesn't it look fun? Come on, let's look around. So, what we're going to do is just basically look around over here, and basically just follow the princess. Link, there's a storyteller here. We should stop and listen to... Oh, I wonder, what's over there? Alright, so... we're just going to listen a little bit to this guy. Long ago, and then even longer before that, evil creatures appeared in the world of humans. They were powerful, frightening beasts, and they created such trouble. But then the Picori came from the sky, bringing humans powerful magic. With the magic light force and the Picori blade, the beasts were repelled, and the world of humans once more knew peace, thanks to the Picori. So, as not to forget our gratitude, we hold this festival each year. Now remember, little ones, the Bakori only appear before good little children. If you only do bad deeds, you will never get to see them. So be good. Oh man. Well, I guess Link's been good. Maybe or maybe not. But with the Triforce of Courage, I'd say so. So the Bakori are real. My father always told me they were. Oh, look. At that. Alright, so we're just gonna be following Zelda. Say, wasn't there going to be a sword fighting tournament at the castle? I wonder who won this year. Oh wow, over there. Oh yeah, I recognize him. I've been on the road for a while. I came back in time for the festival. Nice. It feels wonderful to be back in Hyrule again in this joyous time. I must put these feelings into verse. You were the boy from old Master Smith's place, right? I'm sure you know this, but he's the best swordsmith Hyrule's ever seen. Every year I enter this tournament trying to win that sword of his. I haven't won yet, and maybe I never will, but the tournament was awesome. The winner this year was a new face. I've been wondering where he's from. He used some incredible techniques and won the whole tourney in record time. I wonder who he's talking about. Alright, so we're just gonna walk over here to Zelda. We have a winner. Oh my, Princess Zelda, you won the grand prize in our drawing. Wow! You get our choice of any of these wonderful prizes. What will it be? Alright, so first we have this lovely heart-shaped stone. Next we have this magnificent gem. And finally there's this teeny tiny shield. So which one would you like? Let me guess, the jewel? Oh, but this heart stone is very cute too. Choose whichever one you like. The shield is so adorable, I think I'll take it. What? Why? Why would you want that ugly thing? What about the heart stone? It's cute. Or this giant gem. It's pretty. Honestly, they're both much nicer than that nasty little shield thing. Nope, I want the shield. Can I have it? What a strange princess you are. Well, okay, here's your teeny tiny shield. Here, I want to give you a present. Doesn't this shield suit you perfectly, Link? Princess Zelda gave you a small shield. Okay, so this game, I mean, it's a bit as we do start off. It's a bit like A Link to the Past, how in A Link to the Past you start off in the house and the princess tells you to go save her. Instead, you're already in the house and you're sleeping, and Princess Zelda comes over to you because there's a festival starting with the Bakori. So this is actually basically kind of interesting, which I like. Even though Minishcap wasn't created first, and it's not on the Zelda timeline of when the games were made first, it's still pretty interesting to think of. Now, if anything happens, you can protect me with that shield. Oh, I almost forgot. We have to take Master Smith's sword to the castle. Let's go, Link. Alright, so now what we're basically going to do is just lead her not only to the castle, but our first sort of item is actually the shield. And I like how this game just kind of forces you into the world and all of that, and the princess, you know, gives you the shield, and it kind of addresses the origins and all of that of not only Minish Cap, but, you know, where Link got the sword and a little bit of the hat. Because if you know, in the Zelda timeline, you know, this game, oh, come on, Link, let's hurry to the castle. Alright, so, we're basically just going to follow her, and I mean, what I really wanted to do, not only of playing like Minish Cap after playing a Link Between, or not a Link Between Worlds, but a Link's Awakening on the Switch, was I wanted to play another 2D Zelda game. But that must be the business scrub. I heard the soldiers talking about him. They were saying a Deku scrub had been hassling all the passerbles. Possibly. Link, do something about it. Otherwise, we can't get to the castle. If only we had some way to defend ourselves against those nuts of his. So, all we're basically going to use is just the shield that basically Princess Zelda got us, and please forgive me. I heard there was a festival, and I came to town hoping to hawk my wares. Unfortunately, we scrubs have a tendency to spit nuts when we speak. Everyone got scared, and we ran away, and no one would buy anything. This is a terrible place to do business. I'm going back to my cave. I actually feel a little sorry for that business scrub, but that nut hurt. Oh, well, he won't be hassling anyone now. We'd better hurry to the castle. So yeah, I do like how there is kind of a little bit of a reference of a link to the past in here, and I find that just a little bit interesting because uh, it seems like with Link's Awakening and all of that, they just kind of are. With Link's Awakening, I mean, you start off in the house and all that, but like with Minish Cap, you do as well, and then I mean, with A Link to the Past, you also do too, but they're all in very different ways. Like, with A Link to the Past, the princess basically tells you, but she's not, like, there. She doesn't physically, like, go to the house and all that. She kind of, uh, like, kind of not through the force, but just kind of like tells Link through him in a dream and all of that and stuff. And then and Link's awakening, he's washed up on the shore and gets found by Marin and then taken into the house. But each one is basically in a house, and it's just funny how the journey always starts by sleeping. But oh, Link, you brought the sword, did you? Then, as minister to the kingdom of Hyrule, I pite, accept this blade. You came just in time. The award ceremony will begin soon. I'm sorry, Link, but I'd better go. I have to prepare for the ceremony. I had a good time at the festival. Thanks for coming with me. Since you're here, Link, why don't you join us for the award ceremony? Do you know about that sword, Link? It is called the Picori Blade, and it locks much evil away in that chest. The Picori Blade is sacred among the people of Hyrule. The legend has it that long ago the Picori gave us this blade. Whoever wins the competition earns the honor of touching the sacred blade. Let the award ceremony commence. Vati, champion of the competition, you may approach the blade. To think things would go this well. The Picori blade and the bound chest spoken of in Hylian lore. This chest must hold that which I seek. I'll relieve you of its contents now. Do not interfere with me. As victor, I've earned the right to approach the Picori blade. I've been waiting for this moment. Nice, Vadi. Nice. Who are you? Why are you doing this? The princess with the mystic aura. The power that has gifted to the people of Hyrule still flows within the veins of the ladies of its royal family. Interesting. If I leave you now, you'll only cause me trouble later. That will never do. To stone with you. All who stand in my way shall share this fate. Now, to find out what power awaits me in this chest. Empty. There was nothing in there but a rabble of monsters. What is the meaning of this? Well, I know the force I'm after is somewhere out there. I'm in no hurry. I can take my time searching for it. Oh, thank goodness, you've awakened. Master Smith is here as well. He's come to see His Majesty, the King. Oh, Link, you are awake, are you? Feeling all right? Stand at my side. The King of Hyrule is about to speak. It is as you have all heard. A sorcerer named Vadi has cursed my fair Zelda and turned her into stone. If we had the sacred Bakori blade, we likely could have broken the curse, but Vadi shattered the blade. However, I have not given up hope. What do you know about the Bakori blade? The Bakori, not much, beyond what the fairy tales say. They're supposed to be very tiny, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes, the ones from the fairy tales. But the Bakori are no mere legend. They most certainly exist. No one outside of the royal family knows the truth about them. The Bakori who forged the sacred blade live deep within Minish woods. They should be able to repair the broken blade and reforge the sword. What? What? Then we must dispatch the soldiers there at once. No, soldiers will not do. The Bakori do not show themselves to anyone but children. Our soldiers could search for days and still find no sign of them. I see. If that's the case, then why not send Link? If Link has recovered, then yes, I would like to ask this of him. Please, turn the precious Zelda back to normal. The Bakori should know how to create a new sacred sword. It will be a dangerous journey now that those monsters have been freed. Please take the sword with you, along with the broken Bakori blade. Nice, so we accepted the Bakori blade, even though it's broken. This part of the sword is repaired and forged. Alright, so yeah. And we got the Smith's sword. It's a sharp blade made by your grandfather. Very well, then send the soldiers to search for Vadi at once. Deep within the Minish woods, you will find a place called Deep Wood Mint Shrine. Once humans and Bakori shared that shrine as a meeting place. I think it would be best if you started your search there. Take this map with you. If you get lost on your way to the forest, simply check your map. Just press start and then L or R to open map. I've marked the location of the forest for you. Good luck and be careful. You got a map on a high roll. I'm counting on you, Link. Only you can break Vadi's curse and free Princess Zelda. Nice. So, what we're basically going to do is head all the way to the woods. But no, I'm really excited with this playthrough, and I'm really excited to get back into playing The Legend of Zelda the Minishcap. I think this is a great time to do it, regardless of it being October right now, even though everybody's probably wanting to play Majora's Mask or even a darker Zelda game, like A Link to the Past. But, you know, The Legend of Zelda the Minishcap is something of a good game as well, and not only do I like it just because of I was interested in the borrowers and all of that, and the littles and stuff, and not only that, but, oh, so we got one ruby. That's nice. It's always great to get at least one ruby. But the thing is that why I liked Minish Cap back when I played it was I always felt is that like it felt at the time playing it on Game Boy that SP that it was beatable. It was unplayable. And what I mean by unbeatable is that it felt like there was always some Minish that you just missed in the game. Even though there were guides to the game and actual official instruction manuals, it still felt as if there were some things that you missed in the game. And I'm not saying that in this playthrough we're going to 100% the game, but I am just going to address that we are going to get through it towards the end. I'm still personally in college right now, but you know, I'm also working on the other animatics and stuff, and I have also addressed that I have been working on the animatics, or at least some of the Zelda animatics, if you want to call them, and I'm working on them right now, but some have seen that am possibly going to post one here to the channel around October 31st, but if I don't have any time to do it, or if I can't finish it because I'm also working on some other projects, then I have another project that I'm working on that will be posted pretty much around November, to be honest, and a couple of other projects that are in the works right now. But other than that, I'm looking forward to getting through at least a big part of the game right now, and hoping that everybody hears, or everybody had a good day today. You know, it is Wednesday after all. But yeah, so I'm going to go and make my way through the woods over here, and I believe that we will make our way to our first character here, or rather, the story of the Minish Cap will explain why Link gets his hat and where he gets it from, and how the origins begin. So, I'm just going to defeat some of the enemies here, cross this bridge, and I'm going to go up here. And there are a couple of the green choo-choos up here. But, oops. Even if so that's a good thing of this game too. If we fall in the water, I mean, I think at the beginning, at least right now, we don't take any damage, but I think later on it does. We only know the slash attack, so we have to be careful a little bit, but this is going to be fun, you know, and I want to get through at least a big part of the game here. So at least a dungeon or two, maybe, But as you know, we can't get on the stumps or activate them, and we see a little bit of a small place to go through a log right here, but we're not big enough, so I'm gonna try and just go through over here, avoid these guys, and defeat them. All these choo-choos. And, help me. Ouch. Won't somebody stop them? Ah, ouch. Help, somebody, can't anybody hear me? But before we also go over there, we just want to get this piece of heart. Collect 4 to make a new heart container for every... Yeah, it's the same thing, like sometimes well, not in every Zelda game, you'll need 4 pieces of heart. There are some differences, like in Twilight Princess and a couple of other games as well, but we want to get that first piece of heart in this playthrough, and we also want to go and help this character. Hey, kid, you there. Ah. Hey, don't just stand there. Do something. Ow. What's wrong with you? Don't you like what? Do you like watching me take this abuse? Help me. I can't believe that happened. Anyway, we want to... Phew, well done. That was close. Not that I couldn't handle them myself, but that's besides the point. What in the world is a long child doing so deep in this woods? Oh, ho, ho, I see. The Picori, you say? And Vadi? Vadi's cursed up someone? What? The sacred blade? Is that so? I see. I see. You know, you and I have quite a lot in common. You see, I too am on a quest to break a curse of Vadi's. And you say that reforging the sacred blade can break his curse? Heh? Well, then you have found yourself a companion, my boy. My name is Eslo. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintances. Alright, so we're just going to make our way over to the temple, hopefully. Wait, I say. You walk so quickly, too quickly, in fact. Can't you go any slower? Surely you've noticed that I have no legs. Boy, I take a good look at me. Boy, take a good look at me. Do you really think I can walk that fast? If it isn't one thing, it's another. You are a troublesome boy. There, now you can't possibly leave me behind. My, it's quite comfortable up here. More comfortable than it looks, surely. And much easier on me. Hey, quit your squirming. Can't you sit still? See there? Yes, that's it. Much better. Now, I suppose a boy like you still has much to learn about the world. If ever you need my insist, press select. I'll be happy to help. Ah, such a hopeless child. Alright, so that's Eslo for you, and that's kind of the origins of how Link gets his hat. The game will basically explain more on how Eslo got to where he is now, but as time goes on, and as we play through the game, we'll touch more upon that. So, hold on for a moment, my boy. We've stumbled across something important. The world of the Minish is very small. You're far too big to meet them now. Who are the Minish? See, silly me, allow me to explain. You humans call them Picori, but they refer to themselves as the Minish. Strange how, in the world of humans, only this forest has kept that name. Anyhow, deep in the forest, they build a tiny village where many now live. But if we're to enter the village, we'll have to make you a touch smaller first. Look at that. At first glance, it appears to be just a mere stump, yes? No, that stump is a portal used by people long ago to adjust their size. With my help, you can use it to shrink down to Minish size. Just stand on the stump and press R to shrink. Alright, to return to normal size, press the R again, get me up there, and I'll give it. Alright, so basically we're just going to stand right here, and welcome to the world through the eyes of the Minish. Now, aren't you glad you saved me? No need to thank me though. Portals that reduce your size are all around in different shapes and sizes. If you want to return to normal, stand next to a portal and press R. Yeah. So go next to a portal and press R. But there is one thing you must know. Being Minish size is full of dangerous. Mere puddles at your normal size are bottomless swamps to the Minish. And as your companion, if anything bad happens to you, it happens to me too. So proceed with caution, my lad. If not for your sake, then for my own. Alright, so we're just going to take it easy. And I'm not going to do a 3 heart run. I mean, we could do that possibly when we beat this game. And when we get maybe farther into it, we can try doing a 3 heart run. But, you know, I want to play through this game and hopefully see if you guys enjoy it as well. It's been a long time. I do remember playing this on my Game Boy. But, yeah, here we are. Minish Village. It appears we have found the Minish Village. Pico Picori. Rippy Ripco Rip Picori? Pico Rip Coo. I gather it's been quite some time since they last saw a human. What's that? You didn't understand what they were saying just now? Ah, yes, that was the language of the Minish. It's a little different from the dialect I am most familiar with. I'm afraid I didn't catch most of what they said myself, but perhaps there is someone here who understands your language. We should look around. Alright, and what's really cool about the Minish Village is that there are these like little nuts right here, and like if you're running low off of health, you can just hit them. And I always found that like even if there wasn't going to be anything, I just liked hitting them. But we're going to head first just up over here, and we just want to talk to this guy. Pico Rico. And we want to note on the map that we need to head over there after we head not over here. But I also believe that if we head over here, we can find ourselves the second heart piece in this playthrough. And as it always says in the text, it will increase our heart piece once we find all 4 pieces. So we're going to make note that we have now found 2 pieces instead of 4. So we can't head over here because these Picori are blocking the way and we can't talk to them. So we're just going to head all the way to the right over here and talk to the Picori. And he is also in the way also. So I think actually I remember where we have to head over here at first. I've never seen an outfit like that before. Are you a human? Oh my, it's been quite some time since any humans came here. My name is Festari. Festari? I watch the Abbey, as well as the shrine to the north. You seem to be having some trouble with our language, don't you? You could use a japper nut. It will allow you to understand our language. You should be able to find one in the barrel house just south of here. Alright, so now that we have that and we know a little bit about where the nut is, we just need to head over there and hopefully get or eat ourselves a meal. So we're just gonna head down up over here, and it doesn't really matter which way. You can head out over here in the doorway, or you can head here, I believe. And we're just going to push this block to the left. And oh, Link, this must be the jabber nut Festari told you about. Well, you'd better eat it if you plan on making any progress at all. So you ate the jabber nut. Now you can understand the language of the Minish. Alright, so, and our first Minish that we're going to talk to is just right over here. So, you've eaten the jabbernut, and now you can understand us. The elder said that humans can no longer see us as they once could. It's amazing that you can see us. Anyway, we're going to go back up here and just climb up the ladder. And now that we know that we had to obtain a jabbernut in order to talk to the Minish, I find that actually kind of interesting, because if the Minish do come back in Breath of the Wild 2, then that will actually be something that Link will eat, and I want to see that in the next game. Like, I actually want to see not only the jabbernut and all that, but I want to see if, you know, if it is two-player and all that, if players like Zelda also have to eat that, or how they're going to touch upon that. But anyway, you got a heart. These replenish your life energy. Yeah. Either way, this game never really seems to get old, despite the years that we're in right now. But we just want to head up over here, back to the right, and we just want to talk to this guy. And oh, you speak our language. It's been quite a while since we've heard outsiders speak our language. We have little to offer you in these woods, but please enjoy your stay. Thank you for your offer, but we have no time to relax. My name is Eslo. This child is Link. We need to break a curse that has been cast on the Princess of Hyrule. To do so, we'll need to reforge the broken Picori blade. Ah, yes, and you've come here now, hoping to have the blade reforged? Well, if that's what you're after, you'll need 4 mystic elements. These elements are the crystalline forms of the energies of this world. Only by infusing the blade with these energies can a new blade be forged. Here, give me your map. I can mark where these elements can be found. The earth element can be found in the shrine to the north of Festari's Abbey. Speak with Festari. He will show you the path to the shrine's entrance. Go with caution. Evil creatures have lately made their home in our shrine. Return to me at once after you have found the earth element. Cool. So, what we're going to do is just talk to him once. The earth element can be found in the shrines. Right, earth. Nice. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to head out of the Minish village and make our way out of here. But yeah, we also want to make note to head over here once we get the element over here to the shoe. Now, we don't know who's missing it, unfortunately. We don't know who the Hylian's shoe is, but we're just going to make our way back over there. I'm sorry. I just this game is it's so fun, and I'm so excited to play this. But yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah. I mean, right now, DJ, and I'm just kind of working a little bit on it. Like I mean, the animatics and all that take a little bit of work, just storyboarding and all of that. But I'm also, in college right now and all that, and taking some classes and stuff. So, you know, taking it easy and all that. But what we also want to do is just head over here, and I'm going to take down some of these green choo-choo jellies. And I just want to earn a little bit of rubies before I make my way to the temple, and also make my way over here. So I'm going to shrink down again. But yeah, I like this game, despite it only like having, a couple of dungeons and all of that and stuff. It felt like exploring in the whole world was the dungeon, and I felt like the mechanic of the game was not only that, but it was something to not only look forward of, but also like the progression of it was exploring. And that was something that I always liked, is it felt like not only was the game linear, but in a degree it wasn't, because you could go your own way of exploring and finding other Picori. And that always it always amazed me of how they did that, of works of like with Nintendo, and I didn't think that they would do something of this kind. You wish to go to the shrine? Very well, this way. Vile beasts have settled in recently. Be careful. Have settled. Be careful. It's quite dangerous. Oh hey, what's up? Nathan, what's up, man? I found TMC to be the definition to define a 2D Zelda game. I agree, man. I do. I think Minishcap has aged really well, and I think even though people maybe want a remake or something of it on the Switch, I think maybe a port of it and it being a little bit more remastered with its graphics would be better. But hey, said something about there being monsters inside, didn't he? Now, no reason to be afraid or anything. I'll be waiting right here. No, wait, what am I saying? I'm not letting you leave me alone here. Alright, so this is basically our first temple that we want to complete, and our first temple that we're going to complete in this playthrough. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that the Minishcap appear more in this game, and I'm really hoping, or like in Breath of the Wild 2, because with the concept art that we've seen in creating a champion, it shows not only the Picori, but it also shows a couple of other creatures that could possibly either live underground or even somewhere else, and or from a kind of a different dimension. But I think with Breath of the Wild 2 in development, there's not only the possibility of the Zonai, but there's even more possibilities of different sort of powers from the Courage that we haven't seen. Right, they had those. Right, they had those concepts. I suspect there might even be the Force Sword. I mean, I hope they include it. So we got our first key in this temple, and there's a locked door here. see if you can find a key to open it. Yeah, we got the key. So we're just going to open it over here and up here. No, I mean, I agree with that. I agree that with the concept art that we've seen, there's they're possibly going to use those enemies and those other bosses that we didn't get in Breath of the Wild, the game that we got now. But man, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to if the Bakori appear again. And one thing that I also think that we need in Breath of the Wild 2 is we also need, like, I'd like to actually have a good voice actor, not only in Japanese, but in English for Ganon, if he's actually going to appear more in Breath of the Wild 2, because we've seen the corpse. It would actually be cool if he had a voice, and that's something that I would want, is not only Zelda, but I would like to hear Ganon's voice, because we now know how Zelda sounds and all of that, and you know, she sounds good. I like her. I like the voice actress that they got for Princess Zelda, but it would be cool if we also got a voice for Ganon. And I think with the Zonai now being a popular topic and all of that in the community, that Eiji Aonuma can finally take the 20 years that he didn't really do with the Zonai and all that, because the spirals have been there for a long time. We should have Alan Rickman or Morgan Freeman for Ganon. What? I mean, I don't know, man. It's a thought, I guess. But anyway, we just want to push this block over here and hit this key, and then we want to make our way out of here. And we notice that the cobwebs, or not the cobwebs, but spider webs have now disappeared. We now want to appear, or go back into the barrel, and we want to make our way up here. Well, I mean, and then we want to go into here, and we can see that this one over onto the right side just has a key. But yeah, we also want to make sure that we don't take a lot of damage from these enemies right over here. I forget what they're called, but I remember that they're like some sort of reference from the Pikmin games, kind of. So that's kind of interesting to think about. Alright, so what? Hey, be careful, my lad. The barrel just moved. Alright, so we're just going to run through here, and we're going to make our way to the left side over here. Yeah, I think with other games I'm looking forward to, other than Breath of the Wild 2, that's in development right now, is I think, I mean, we know it's in development, obviously, but what I think is, I think it's going to take place, like, I don't necessarily think that it's going to be coming out sometime, just because of how many years of like delays we had for just Breath of the Wild and all of that. I don't think, like, that game was like delayed 4 times or so. Like, some people have said 5. It's debatable at this point, but I think they're going to focus not only like with the same engine and all of that, but with a different concept to it as well. Because we had the Sheikah Slate, and we don't see the Sheikah Slate in the trailer necessarily, but some people have also stated that it's possible that Zelda could just be having it because Zelda had it prior time, and I don't know. Anyway, what we need now is something to hold down this switch. Alright, Eslo, I'll get the switch, man. But yeah, it looks great. People predict 2021 to be the year, and the year is the 30th anniversary, but it also happens to be the 10th anniversary of Skyward Sword. Okay, so that makes sense. So we could see. Is it possible that we could see a remastered? I'm hoping that we could see a remastered version of Skyward Sword on Switch, possibly in 2020. And I'm hoping that at the Game Awards we get more animation and cutscenes of Princess Zelda and Link. I'd really, really like to see that. So I'm. We have some upcoming events, and the Game Awards happens pretty soon. Like October's like right now. We're in October, and then November, and then we have December. And I think that's going to, if anything, I think it would be wise of Nintendo to show a little bit of that. But December 12th, yeah, okay. All right, but what we want to do right now is we just want to pull both of these blocks, put them on the keys, and we'll get ourselves a key, or put them on the switches. And then we want to make our way out of here. Wait for the ladder, and we don't have to go through the ladder. We can make our way over there, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go through here, and there's our third heart piece which we need to collect soon. So we want to make note of that. And what we want to do is grab the mushroom right here. Oh no, I let go of it, my mistake. We want to grab it and then go all the way over here. I'm going to break some of these pots because I want to collect as many rubies. Just to buy some stuff. But anyway, you found a dungeon map. Check it. Yeah, I know the dungeon maps. We've seen these dungeon maps. I can't jump over there yet, but I know that I can make my way over there soon enough using the barrel. Okay, so December 20th is when the Game Awards happen, and to be honest, I'm hoping that Jack Martin. I played Minishcap once, but then I lost my save data and I stopped. Oh, dude, I totally get you with that. I've done that before. I've lost some of my data and all of that through games and then not wanted to play them because you put so much devotion to it and all of that. But no, I think with Nintendo, it's going to be wise of them to show Breath of the Wild 2 and all of that and stuff, or at least some gameplay and animation. I expect that they're going to be very vague about the animation and all that if they show it, and if they actually go through and show like Breath of the Wild at I did not make that. If they actually pull it off and show some footage of Breath of the Wild and all that at the Game Awards and all that, December 12th, I think that the animation and the music and everything there is going to be very vague because they want to be vague about everything. Even this trailer was very vague. We don't even know. There have been theories out there stating that it takes place, or at least where they are is underneath the ground, which we know that, but some have even said that because outside of where it focuses on, I mean, the last scenes that we do see are the castle, and we're right where the Great Plateau is, where we started, So my question is, are they underneath the Great Plateau where the shrine is of the DLC? Or is that the whole shrine and there's nothing else over there? And if they are underneath the castle, then does that mean that there's more advanced technology underneath it? I don't know. With the whole thing with the Zonai and all that, it's very vague, cryptic, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Alright, so I just want to push this block here. And, or actually, no, I don't. I believe that the underground, I think it's found by traveling to the bottom of the huge canyon of the north and western borders of Hyrule. Huh. That makes sense. There we go. Alright, so these mini bosses aren't exactly hard. You just don't touch them and don't let them touch you, and you will get a key, I believe. Yep, another small one. That's a good point, because there's other Zonai stuff, even where the Spring of Courage is and all of that. Like, it's interesting because it's interesting to note, because even at the Spring of Courage and all of that, there's two hands and stuff, and in the trailer, what you see also is two hands in the temple, you know. So I would think that not only that they're going to focus more on this race that we haven't seen yet, but have heard of throughout the whole timeline of the Zelda series, that they're going to put more, I mean, emphasis on what are the Zonai, where did they come from, and who are they, and is it possible that Ganon lives on through absorbing souls, you know? Because in Breath of the Wild, we see that. We see King Rome's soul. We see basically everybody's soul. But we want to make our way up over here. And this is going to... Oh, and unlock the door. And this is going to basically be our first mini-boss, I guess, or second. You basically want to hit this Calipitter into the face and stun him. And then after that, you want to go all the way over here, and you just want to hit his tail and just spam on it. Man, I don't know. I've been reading a lot of theories, kind of a little bit sometimes, been hearing while I've been animating. Oh man, I missed it. I missed that, went the wrong way. But that's fine. We are going to get him. He kind of goes into this Pac-Man way. But yeah, you just want to stand right here. And with not knowing a lot of the skills yet that we need to learn, basically this will be our technique. It's just constantly spamming the slash. But we got the wind, or the gust jar, and what we can basically use... we got the gust jar, and what we can basically do with that is we can use it to now move around the doors that are cleared with cobwebs, or as we call them here, spider webs. And we can get our third piece of heart. So now we have at least 3 pieces, I believe. Yeah, which means that we just need to collect one more, and we will get 4 pieces of health. There is a way to get up here, I believe, but we want to also use this to defeat some of these guys up over here. So we're just going to use this and then hit them with the pot. And although that may not be the good way to do it and all that, it's a pretty effective way, I guess, because you shoot them and they explode, and then you have to clean it up again. But either way. But anyway, we want to step on both of these switches, and we want to get ourselves 10 mystery shells. And I also find this really cool because some of the shells look a little bit kind of similar to Link's Awakening. But that's just me, you know. I mean, these ones are blue, and in Link's Awakenings on Switch, they're kind of a grayish color. But we're just going to get 10 shells. It will explain further on in the Minishcap, but for those of you who have played the game, because it's so good, you all know. But basically, we just want to make our way over here and make sure that we don't get hurt by these guys. And once you, I guess, steal these guys' color by sucking them up with the gust jar, you can attack them, and they will take damage through it, because when you try doing it first, they won't take damage, but you'll notice that now they do. So that's something that's really cool. Uh, in terms of Breath of the Wild theories, there were numerous theories where the Zonai are the descendants of Twilight. Yeah, I heard about that. Low Roll, I think, talked about that and has more, or at least a lot of information on the Zonai, and a couple of other people um, in NBC's Discord about the Zonai. I find it interesting. Did I mean it? We know that A.G. Aonuma has had this plan, rather, of this race in mind since the beginning. And we know that because there's a statement, rather, somewhere where he says this and states that he's had plans of this for a while. But it's just going to be very interesting to see how he deals with the race. Like, will how with the technology, I guess, if that even is technology that Midna had, if it is Zonai, I mean, are we to call it now Zonai technology, or at least ancient relics from the Twilight? I guess we could call it that, but it's just going to be interesting to see what basically the hand is going to do and how they use that in terms of how they are. Almost every Zelda game, or at least has at least a little bit of a reference to them, this mysterious, or the race, kind of. And it's basically everywhere in Breath of the Wild. But it's just going to be not only interesting to see how they deal with it, but what the temples are going to be like and the function of it. But yeah, we want to make our way actually back to the barrel, because we used that switch and back up over there and put a pot, and well, I missed the ruby, but you know, we put a pot over there and put it on the switch. And before we actually go anywhere, we just want to move this cobweb, and we want to fall right over here. Alright, cool. And we're going to use this lily pad right over here. Now what? Unless we find a way to travel by water, we won't be going much farther. I'm aware. Anyway, we're going to use the gust jar to navigate, obviously. So I'm just going to make my way over here. And we're also going to try not to drown ourselves, because up here there's going to be a couple of enemies. Yep, so we just want to take them out. Alright, nice. And we're going to make our way up over here. Oh yeah, that's right, and the slugs come down. Oh yeah, we don't have the key yet, but we're going to make our way back over there soon. So we're just going to use the gust jar a little bit more. I think what they should do in the meantime right now is they need to port Four Swords Adventure from the GameCube, and then they need to make it so that it's all Switch based. So like, not like when Four Swords Adventure came out, not that many people had the adapters for the whole Game Boy to play it with friends, and most people played it one player, which you can do in the game Four Swords Adventure. You can play it one player, but what they need to do is they need to find a way to port that on the Switch. That way, I mean, it would just be so perfect, because, you know, each person could either play with a controller, or they could use the Switch controllers, or I just think it would be really, really cool. And plus, we have different colors of Joy-Cons. Like, this isn't a no-brainer. I guess I fail to understand why they haven't done that yet, unless Nintendo wants to gradually put NES games on there that they can onto the service of Nintendo Switch Online, and then they want to do the SNES and then make their way to GameCube games probably in 2020. But I'm not putting I'm not putting my finger on it, and that's just because I don't know. How about the port Four Swords Adventure Edition, because it is the most difficult Zelda game to find. Okay, yeah, that makes. Oh, the one that was ported on the Link's A Link to the Past on Game Boy Advanced or Game Boy SP. Yeah, that one makes sense. Yeah, you you need to go on Zelda Wiki to look at like all that stuff, or even watch people's gameplay to understand it, or even watch more of the game. But anyway, we got ourselves our first blue rupee, which I kind of skipped through, and we're gonna go back. DSi and 3DS port was limited time too. Yeah, that's right. It says in the Masterworks, there's a picture of the Ocarina of Time Nintendo DS, and I was amazed by that because, like, I wasn't just amazed by that, but I was amazed by the other screenshots of the games that were limited at time and all of that and stuff. And it's a shame because only so many people got to play that game as well. But we're just going to use the Gust Jar to make our way up over here. And then we want to remember back where I said that we don't have the key. Well, we do now, and we're just gonna open this door. And as you can see, there's a big chest over here. So in the big chests, that usually means that there's a item, there's the map, or sometimes the compass. And I know that sometimes this game, like possibly everybody here has played this game, but oh man, oh man, I did not mean to do that. So, or that. So what we want to do is just gradually, yeah, right here, use the Gust Jar, and then use the Gust Jar once more over here. Cool. And then I'm going to use it all the way over here, not too far, because I don't want to fall into the water. And we got ourselves the big key. Use it to open big doors. Yeah, very defiant, you know? It's just, that was, it's clear, and it's cut, yeah. And, hopefully we can make our way back over here. Yes, no, maybe so. Whoops. I'm going to grab the mushroom and just make my way back over here. And I know that I can possibly reach over here. Yep, okay, cool. Alright, yeah, you could use the mushroom you left. Yeah, I guess I could have. That was my mistake. So I'm just going to go back over here. And now that we have the big key, we need to look for the door. Or actually, we can't go over here because of the waterfall. Man, that... Alright, so just going to make our way over here. And, oh, I was so close. I was sure that I was going to make that. Anyway, we know now that we have the boss, or the big key. And now we need to basically go and find the big door. Whoops, so I was just going to look at the map. And we only have one chest up over here, and we need to just make our way up over here. But yeah, I definitely should have used that mushroom. I didn't use it. Alright, so instead of doing that, I'm going to try and see if I can use this mushroom. Whoops. Try not to get hurt, and then I suppose I could have used the portal, which was definitely my mistake. But we're just going to use this mushroom right here and hopefully take on this boss. And I guess I should have went over there to get that chest, but we can also do that later. So I'm gonna go over here, pick up this pot, get this heart, and see what the boss is. Alright, so this is basically the first boss. Just a green choo-choo jelly that we have to defeat being small. And it's pretty straightforward. All you really need to do is just use the Gus jar, suck up some of the slime or the choo-choo jelly, and wait for him to fall down, and just attack his head. And basically a rinse and repeat, but when he tries to jump on you, you want to basically roll to the opposite side of where he is, because he'll start doing that. And then, you know, if you're running low of hearts, whoa, you can just break one of the pots and get one of the hearts. So now he's going to jump over here, and oh, well, I guess he's, I mean, I remembered him, like, jumping a lot more, but I don't know. maybe I got it wrong. Anyway, so we want to just make sure that we don't take damage from him, destroy his head, and then he's going to make his way and jump over here, and then you want to make jump over it here. You want to just jump over to the left and the right. That's all you want to do. Oh, jeez, yeah. And not use your sword. And then as he's going to come up at least a little bit faster, so that's all you just want to do. He's also going to jump a little bit more. Whoa. And then just use the Gus jar. And I'm hoping that this is the last time. Alright. Nice. Alright, and we got our first element. We got ourselves the earth element. The power of the earth is the source of all living things. The earth element is the embodiment of that power. And we got ourselves a heart container. Your life energy has increased and been replenished. Nice. So now we have two things that we have accomplished. We have at least a little bit more health. We have a that we've like completed or obtained because we have one more heartbeat or container that we need to get. We got ourselves a container, and we also got ourselves the element. I love how people complained that Breath of the Wild doesn't have enough dungeons when they should realize that The Legend of Zelda Minishcap and Majora's Mask both also have less dungeons. Yeah, I, I see the, I, I definitely see the error there, Nathan. I do. Breath of the Wild. I mean, it is a fact. It is a fact that they didn't have enough dungeons. Four divine beasts, plus the 120, and the DLC if you choose to buy it or not isn't enough for you. Then I don't know. I thought that the shrines were something different, something new, something easy that everybody could do, and I liked them. I liked the shrines. I did. I I always found that there was something to do in Breath of the Wild, you know. But we've got the Earth element. You must go tell the Elder at once. All right, so I can understand that though. But before we go, we just need to basically go over here and the Divine Beasts. And those dungeons were a challenge. I mean, the hardest dungeon or shrine that I had in Breath of the Wild was possibly the one that was on Twin Peak, and then like the other one that's off of Twin Peak because I I thought it was confusing how to get the balls like in order and all of that. I didn't really like it. It was possibly my hardest one. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really care for that shrine at all. But I'm just going to at first talk to some of these are the Minish that they prefer and ask them some questions. Had you never seen any Minish before you came here? Really? That's so strange. We Minish live all over the place. Alright. Maybe I should just get out of this sleepy little town and move to the city. Or maybe I should go to the mountains, and folks out there seem to have fun. And this is gonna be great. So yeah, Minish Cap didn't have that many dungeons, but the mechanic focused more on exploring and finding more hidden things using certain mechanics and puzzles and all of that to explore and find little nooks and crannies basically with that and basically level up and find heart pieces and stuff. Majora's Mask used the mechanic of basically using masks and only had a limited supply of dungeons, yet you had to complete them in a certain way, and there was days and they used time. Another thing that they kind of used, or they basically used in Ocarina of Time. But anyway, so he, and well, and I think that's interesting to note because I'm wondering if with what we saw in the trailer, obviously we saw, the souls and all of that, but some people have also stated that in the trailer of Breath of the Wild 2, they're just time shift stones, and but then other people have quoted that they're luminous stones, and I honestly, where I stand by it is I think we really just need to wait for Breath of the Wild 2 and see what Zelda or some of the producers working on Zelda will confirm. Because if they confirm this stuff while days go on with interviews with AGL Numa, then it'll be confirmed. And with some people claiming that they could be time shift stones or how souls could be used for time, it's all over the place, basically. But he and his appearance are skilled in apprentices' metalworks. That's why they live in the mountains and can be close to the ore over there. Okay, so now we know where to head. We need to head over to the mountains in order to talk to some of the Minish up in the mountains that can help us forge the sword that is broken. You fought all the monsters and took the earth element from the altar. You humans are amazing. All right. Well, Hylians, I mean, I guess you could say. But, yeah, but I feel as if there were too many shrines and not enough work put into the beasts. I mean, yeah, that's true as well. I guess you could stand by both of those claims. I I think with, the Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild and all of that, they took a definitely a different approach and all of that to go with this. I mean, the whole concept was to play the game and beat it and go any way or any direction that you want to, and then you'll be able to beat it at your own way or freedom. But with this next one, we know that it's going to be a continuation to the first one, and we know that they're going to be using the same engine. I'm just curious on what Zelda's role is going to be now that she's not trapped with Calamity Ganon, you know? But yeah, the colors resemble luminous stones, but their shaping resembles time shift stones. Yeah, but I feel as if there were too many shrines and not enough. Yeah, I mean, the divine beasts maybe should have had at least a little bit more work on them, but it's all kind of select and, push with the divine beasts and changing it to up and down and all that. You were pleased with much courage and strength for one so young. If your conviction holds strong, head to the Mount Senril. There you will find a man named Mirali. Among all the Minish, there is no one more able to repair your sword. If you ask him, I am certain he will forge your broken Bakori blade. I shall send word to him in advance. Travel safely. You are brave, but there are many evils now in the world. Leave through this door here. It will take you out of the forest quickly. Great, Elder. We are in your debt. We shall head for Mount Krell at once. I may be saying that wrong. I probably am butchering it. I definitely probably am, but only time will tell, I guess. But yeah, we're just going to head out of here, turn back to normal size, and we're going to collect as many rubies as we can, because I want a lot just to start off and all of that, because there are some things that I do want to buy also when we get to the shop, or to the not only to the shop, but just around other places. And we're basically going to be finding rubies around this whole playthrough, and shells, which is kind of funny to think about it. We're now, once again finding more shells in a Zelda game and stuff, so that's 2 Link's Awakening and Minishcap. But yeah, go back to the small house. This one right here. We have over there is cracked, so yeah, I guess we do need to head over here. definitely didn't go over there. Thanks, Nathan. Green clothes and a mystical hat? Sir, would you by chance be Link, the one who found the Earth Temple? Surely you are. I have heard so many tales about you. I am Bellari, researcher of antiquities. I am also, well, a bit of an introvert, inventor. You know, you won't be able to get back to town due to all the debris. Here I have something that might come in handy. Alright, and we got ourselves the bomb bag, so this is pretty cool. The old-fashioned bombs, and it's kind of funny to think that if Minishcap comes first, that we got bombs through the Minish, basically. Oh, you have to go to bed? Oh, that's fine, Cat. I'll see you later, though. I might be streaming again with The Legend of Zelda the Minishcap, but, you know, if people like it, then we'll stream more of it. But, I hope you had a great time watching. See you later, Cat. But what we're going to do right now is just head over here, and we're going to bomb these over here. I remember that we get the bombs pretty soon in the game after defeating the Choo Choo Jelly. And what I'm also going to do over here is I remember this place as well. We're just going to bomb our way over here, and we're actually just going to wait for it. There we go. And nice, we got ourselves 2 more shells. So yeah, shells are going to be another thing that we're going to find in this game, but although they're very more hard to find in Link's Awakening and all of that, the shells in this game are basically used for a different purpose. But hey, look at this kinstone piece. Have you ever seen one like this? What? You don't know what a kinstone piece is, really? Well, tell you what. Why don't you come back and see me when you get one, okay? So yeah, what's cool about this is we also get to know a little bit more lore over here about the kinstones and all of that and stuff, and the Minish also. But what we're going to do is, now that we've bombed our way over here, we're going to use more bombs, and I guess in this playthrough we're just going to be maxing out and using all of them towards the point where we have to buy more at the shop. But I'm going to head up in here, and yep, more shells. So we got 20 mystical shells. Nice. And man, but yeah, I found that even though Minishcap was a little bit more different and all of that, and maybe the game mechanic focused more towards the Minish and finding more small places to explore and all of that and stuff. One thing that I would like to see is that in the next game is not only the Minishcap, but how would they advance on shrinking in Breath of the Wild? Like, how would they deal with it? Would it be that the Minish would only be a village and that they wouldn't really explore more into the world, or how would they deal with that? And it's just a shame that there's actual concept art and that we just did not get that. Another thing that I want to know is more on the Leviathans. I'd like to know what happened, and I mean, people have gone so far as to taking screenshots of the Leviathan bones in Gerudo Desert and matching them up with the whale in Levius, I believe. Levius? Yeah. In Link's Awakening. And I just want to know what happened. There's something here that we're missing, and I believe that now that Ganon is here, there's going to be more to explain to the story. But the Leviathans is a big part, I believe, and the fact that there's a great fairy that's with Levius, or the Leviathan bones, kind of makes me wonder what the roles of the Great Fairies play, because if it's a continuation and all that, will we still have the same clothes and all that and stuff? Because, I mean, Link's tunic looks a bit different than all, like he has like more armor and all of that and stuff. Like, it's a mixture of the tunic from Haytano, or yeah, even Haytano Village with the champion's tunic, but with like black shin guards and all of that. And I think that's really cool how they did that. But holder of the sacred powers, we grant you the power of wind. Hey, that stone marked crumbled, and there's another of those symbols. You know, no matter how many times I see that happen, it still rattles me. What if, like, what if the power is wind, you know? Like, we don't know exactly what the swirl is. It could be, we we found out kind of, like, with Ocarina of Time, you found out with, you know, the Decade tree, what the gem was, you know, and it wasn't a gem. You found out that, what it was and all of that, and you got the one from Ruto and the Zora princess in Ocarina of Time, and you got the one from Darania. So I'm just curious on, like, what does the swirl mean, you know? Um, and it's funny how now we're going back and playing Wind Waker and all these other games, and we're seeing all the other swirls. I find it really, really cool. AJ Onuma has definitely had this worked up and thought of for a very long time. But come on, come all, see how many Kingstone pieces you can collect. You never know what fusing Kingstones will do, but it's sure to be good. Come on up and get your free Kingstone bag for holding your Kingstone pieces. Don't miss out on this incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yes, yes, you're here for your free Kingstone bag, aren't you? That's right, maybe you didn't hear me, but they're free for all kids right now. You got a Kingstone bag. You can now carry Kingstone pieces with you. Nice, and if we press the start button, we can check the Kingstone. So, fitting two Kingstone pieces together is called Kingstone Fusion. If you get two pieces to fit perfectly, great happiness will come your way. I'll put a Kingstone piece in your Kingstone bag so you can give it a try. Anyone who's ready and willing to fuse Kingstones will look like I do right now. When you see that look there, press the L button. Alright, so no, we don't need to hear it again. Alright, we did get all that, yeah, and we don't need to hear it all again. We're going to press the L button, fuse both of these Kingstones, and we're going to see what we get. Perhaps it's purely a coincidence, but there are two swirls in the Faron region in Skyward Sword, one being the sealed grounds and one on the Silent Realm entrance. So, the swirl is in Skyward Sword and the sealed grounds. Well, that's okay. That's something that I wanted to address. I remember showing at least some of that around a little bit of Discord, and some people were saying that it was it couldn't be that, but it's interesting because the swirl originates even all the way towards Skyward Sword, and this means that they've been around since the very beginning, maybe. But if that's not a reference to the swirl of the beginning of the trailer of Breath of the Wild 2, then maybe it's something that we're missing, you know? but the swirl is something that's around all Zelda games right now. So that's something that I really like. And I find it really cool that we're seeing that everywhere. A perfect fit. That means we're both due for a little happiness. See ya. Alright, cool. So basically what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be focusing on trying to get a little bit a ways towards the mountain, and we're going to head into the shop, and we are just going to notice right over here that there's this place. If we just push it just a little ways, we notice that there's a staircase, but we can't enter here yet, and we don't have enough kingstone pieces yet to give. So before we also do that, we're going to head up over here, and we're going to learn a new technique. So I am Swiftblade, finest swordsman in all of Hyrule. If you train with me, I guarantee that you will increase your skill dramatically. So would you like to train here? Let's do it. We shall start with the most basic of all techniques. I shall teach you the spin attack. First, press and hold the B button. Second, build up enough power. Third, release your destructive might. That's all, young swordsman. Do you understand? Yep. Alright. Let's try this out. Nice. Oh, you're gonna leave? Alright, Nathan. Well, it's fine. It was great talking to you too, man. I love talking about Zelda and all that, and um, right now we're just playing a bit of Minish Cap. I'm thinking about playing more of it. Anyway, see you, Nathan. Yes, fine work. You are quick study. I will now give you this tiger scroll. If you ever forget this technique, you can review it with the scroll. You may review it anytime from the quest status screen. So nice. So we learned ourselves a new attack, which is the spin attack. It's a new fighting technique, and it has been passed down to masters. So with this technique, we'll be able to do the spin attack, and it's a pretty basic thing that Link has, or a technique in all of Zelda games. I'm pretty sure in Zelda 2 there might have been a little bit of the spin attack, maybe not, but it's been a while since I've played Zelda 2. But you know, I don't know. It's been a while since I've played like any Zelda game, except because I've been playing a little bit of Breath of the Wild lately and all that, and you know, we just kind of played a little bit of a Link Between Worlds, or A Link to the Past. So that's definitely something that like I've been playing a lot lately. But oh ho, so you've learned the spin attack. It's still dangerous, but maybe you can handle it. Well, let's see how you do. Show me that spin attack. Alright, yeah, that's the one. But there are monsters out there, kid. You just make sure you're careful. Cool. So first what we want to do is, this is basically the danger spot of out of the castle and all that, where all the guards basically protect the place. We can't head over here yet, but what we want to do is we want to make our way up over here, attack some of these Octoroks, and head all the way up to the mountains. And this over here is the place where it is the mountain canyons of where we need to head to next, of where the dungeon is, because on the map is the next element. So what we're going to also do is head over here, and we're going to equip the shield. and hopefully he doesn't shoot his nuts at us, but oh, okay, you got me. I'll make it up to you by telling you something good. A friend of mine in a cave just east of here in Trilby Highlands has an item. If you're planning on going up Mount Crenroll or Senroll, I think you might need it. It won't get you to the top, but it might just give you a start. Alright, so we're going to head all the way over there. And even though he was still there and all of that and stuff, and maybe some know where the item is and all that, we just want to make our way over there to get and obtain the item. But before we do that, we want to take out some of these enemies up here and take out this guy over here. And now that we know what some kingstones are, some pieces may fall to the ground, and it's really cool how they kind of incorporated that. Like, obviously we have a bag for it, so obviously we're going to see more of them, but how they incorporated that into the game and all of that is something that I really liked. But I also do think that some of the Oracle, not only do the Oracle games need to be remastered, but Minishcap should be remastered, but it should be remastered after the Oracle games. The Oracle games should go first, you know, and like they should put some DLC of the third Oracle game that we never got, and then after that they should focus on Minishcap, because, you know, Minishcap isn't like, there's only a couple of, you know, there's not that many, or there's only a couple of years before that, but like not that many people own it, and you can only get the Oracle games through the Nintendo eShop on your 3DS, which people will do buy, but if there was a remake of that, I'm sure that people would buy it, which is also great. But anyway, now that we've destroyed this Deku scrub, he's going to say, okay, you got me. Let me make it up to you. You can have this most deluxe all bottles for only 20 rupees. So what? Are you going to get it or not? No. So what do you say? Alright, so with that, we're going to go and obtain an empty bottle. Our first one, in fact. Thanks a lot. Alright, cool. Now, it does stink because we can't go back and get another bottle from this guy, but maybe something later in the game will happen. With DLC being so popular and all of that, yeah, I know, like, DLC would be a nice thing. Well, I mean, with DLC being so popular and all that now, and so many games getting them, and the DLC that we got in Breath of the Wild was fantastic, but it would be cool if they would show a little bit more concept art and other things of like, whoops, it would be cool if they showed off like more of the concept art and all of that if they were to remake another Zelda game, or if they were to remaster it like they did with Link's Awakening. And I don't understand why they're not going to do that, because they're practically maybe the same graphics. Like, you could use the same graphics and remake them if you wanted to, you know? You could easily use some of the engine, maybe not the warping ability would need to change to the seeds and all of that, like it is in Oracle of Ages and Seasons, but like, other than that, it would be nice to see more of a change towards it. But anyway, this is where I'm going to actually end off the stream, because in the next one we're going to make our way up here to the mountains and hopefully obtain the next element. So this was a bit different, you know. I wanted to stream and play this game for a while, and I know I've been talking about it, streaming it and all of that, and playing it for the channel, but I just haven't really I guess, wanted to, just animating and doing other things, but I'm going to be playing this game more, and hopefully going to be finding more of the Minish, or as we humans call them, the Bakori, and that will be that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.